Now, if you choose to sleep with multiple men and have relations unprotected by men that are no good and low life, that is a lifestyle. That is not an accident. Let's get into the show. Let's talk about some of this accountability and personal responsibility. Single motherhood is a choice. What's up? What's poppin'? It's your boy Zillionaire. Welcome to the Mother Freaking Show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Like I say, man, I'm not going to be going live as much. We're in Atlanta filming. I'm on this new TV show, and I'm also filming some other stuff. But let's get into the topic because I think this topic is important, and I want to get down to the truth of what's really going on. We have all these misconceptions. We have all these lies. We have all these false narratives, but this is the real truth. First of all, being a single mother is a choice. If you choose to sleep with a man and have relations, unprotected relations, and you get pregnant and you do it not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, that is a lifestyle. It's not an accident. It's not a mistake. You didn't do it haphazardly. It's a choice. You chose to sleep with multiple men and to have multiple men babies and to be a single mother. They said, oh, women don't choose to be single mothers. That's a lie. They try to make up a lie and say, oh, women don't choose to be single mothers. The man just leaves. No, it doesn't work like that. You choose to be a single mother because you pick low-life men. You have unprotected sex by men that you know that are not qualified to be fathers. I'm going to say it again. A lot of you have unprotected sex by low-life men who are not qualified to be fathers. And then you turn around and you want sympathy for your bad choices in men. These men that they sleep with, especially in the black community, if you notice, the majority of the men having all the babies are low-life men who don't have jobs, careers, businesses, investments, men who have absolutely nothing, men who are sleeping with their mama and their mama's couch and their mama's basement and their sister house. I mean, they don't have anything for themselves. They're not men who are sustainable. They're not able to take care of themselves, but these women will sleep up with these guys, and I call it hood ding-a-ling. They like the hood ding-a-ling, the hood image, but these guys are not ready to be men and to take responsibility for being fathers or having children. These men are irresponsible men. So if you sleep with a bunch of irresponsible men, what do you think the outcome is going to be? Just like if I go out here and sleep with a bunch of thoughts or a bunch of hoes, what do I think the outcome is going to be? It's going to be a bad outcome. So I make a choice not to sleep around with a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of hoes, a bunch of women who are lower class or lower value. I'm not going to sleep around with a bunch of women who are lower class and then make an excuse. But in our society and in our community, the black community, women can do that. They can sleep with low value, lower class men, and they can have an excuse and try to say all men are like that, which is a lie. The good brothers, the good men either get treated or get done dirty or treated badly, or they get looked over. I'm going to say this again. The good guys in our community, they either get treated badly, done dirty, or they're looked over. Okay, oh, he's lame. He don't look thug enough for me. And this is a fact. You can see several or hundreds of videos of black women saying, oh, he's a cornball. Oh, no, he ain't my type because he don't act like this. He don't dress like this. He don't have his pants hanging off his behind. He don't talk ignorant. He don't listen to trap music. And, he just don't act, he don't give me that thug feeling. And then they turn around and get pregnant by all these street bums and these street thugs. And then they complain about men. And let me tell you another thing. They love to play victim. They like to go into victim mode. They make bad choices and then they go into victim mode. If I choose to go sell dope out of a trap house and the trap house gets shot up, robbed, raided, I chose to go into that trap house, and it comes with consequences. There are consequences with me going into a trap house trying to sell dope. Period. I know there's going to be consequences. But women in our society, they refuse accountability. They refuse personal responsibility. And not only that, they're incentivized by the government to have as many kids as they want. And the government will tell them, oh, we'll pay for it. You can have as many children out of wedlock. You could be as promiscuous as you want. And we will incentivize your promiscuity. We will incentivize you out here, having multiple baby daddies and multiple children. We'll incentivize. We'll pay for this. And not only that, we'll tell you you don't need no man, which is a lie. That's the crazy part about it, because if you have children, your children need a father. I'm going to say this again, and it's sad that so many women in our community always say this: I'm strong, independent, don't need no man. And a lot of them are living off the government, and they have children. You do need a man because your kids need a father. And that's just a selfish way to raise your children. They have some of the most selfish ways. It's not really about the kid. It's about them. It's not about the child. And that's the crazy part, I think, is they don't care anything about the kid. They really don't, because these women wouldn't say half the stuff they say. You'll never see women say, look, my kid need a father. My kids need a father figure. You don't see them marching around and saying, we need more father figures. We need more fathers. You don't see it. You don't see it. You see more women in our community talking about they're so strong and independent, and a lot of y'all are on government assistance. You're not independent. If the government took away the incentives for single mothers, these women would be looking for good men to help take care of them and their children. Or these women to stop being so reckless with their sexual behavior. They would think first before they open their legs and let every hood ding-a-ling put a baby in them. They would think like, hold on, I don't have no more government assistance. I don't have any assistance from the government. If I had these children, what are we going to do? See, they don't have to think like that, because they already know if I have a bunch of kids, I get EBT, welfare, Section 8 vouchers. I get all this stuff. The government's going to give me housing and going to give me more food stamps the more kids that I have. You'll hear women bragging about, I get $3,000 worth of food stamps, but you got 6, 7 children. Of course, they're going to give you that many food stamps, of course. And you'll never rise or exceed above welfare and food stamps. You'll never exceed that. And the government wants to keep our women in that bubble where they're going to incentivize their reckless sexual behavior and poor choices. The government pays for it. So if the government don't hold these women accountable for their sexual reckless behavior, but look at the flip side, they hold men accountable for their sexual reckless behavior, because men get put on child support. Hello, somebody. Women get paid to have multiple kids by multiple men, and the men have to get put on child support. They don't have incentives for men who have children. So hello, somebody. Why is that? How come women can have babies recklessly? They can have as many children they want, and the government will pay for it by as many baby fathers as many low-life men as they want. But they'll get paid for it. How come a man, if he have a bunch of kids, how come the government don't help single fathers? How come they don't help men to have all these children? You see what I'm saying? But see, that's the trick. They already got the father out of the home, number one. And these women are raised by their mothers who grew up saying men ain't nothing. And then while they teach their daughters that men ain't nothing, these women pick men that ain't nothing. Do you notice that? Their mothers teach them men ain't nothing, but then they pick men that ain't nothing. All right? And they already know the incentive comes from the government. Now, black men, we can't be out here being sexually reckless. Guess what? The system's going to hold us accountable for having a bunch of kids. Let a man have a bunch of kids. He's going to be held accountable. He's going to call it a deadbeat and all this other stuff. But women aren't called deadbeats when they have all these children and all these kids out of wedlock. When they have multiple baby daddies, they're not called a deadbeat. They're not called a deadbeat mom. The government pays for them. You see the difference? So if you took away the incentive, a lot of these women would think first before they become single mothers in the black community. But that's the way it's set up. Ever since, the civil rights movements, when they separated black men and women and they offered women welfare in Section 8, And that's what they chose, but the man can't be there. They chose welfare and Section 8 over their men. This is just a fact. That there you have it. And to me, I don't think there's any hope for a black relationship. I think black relationships are done because successful black men, they're not going to put up with this, and successful black men are dating out now. And these women are continue to choose low-life men to have children by. So you got women picking beta males, raising beta males, and raising promiscuous, violent girls. So do you see the cycle continues? They're on welfare, Section 8. They continue to have babies by low-life men, no good men. They raise low-life, no good, trifling boys, violent, ignorant, promiscuous girls, and the cycle continues. They teach their daughters the same ignorant cycle, and I think it's sad. Single motherhood is a choice. I'm your boy Zillionaire. But you'll have so many women justifying their reckless sexual behavior. They'll justify why they sleep with all these men and let all these men sleep with them unprotected. Every time I post a video about the behavior of our women, they always have an excuse, no matter what they do. But you talk about the men, they don't have a problem with that. I'm your boy Zillionaire. If you choose to open your legs to multiple men and have unprotected relations, and you have all these children, that is a choice. But if you choose to wait, and ask God for some direction, send me the right type of man, send me the right type of husband, send me a man that can provide. Let me get a man I could build a family structure with instead of having all these reckless kids and out of wedlock and living in poverty and living off the government. Instead of doing that, let me do it the right way. But they do it backwards in the black community. They have a bunch of kids first. Then they look for they have a bunch of kids first by a bunch of low-life men. And then they look for men of higher quality to take care of the kids that they have by Pookie, Ray Ray, and Tyrone. It's crazy. Instead of finding a good brother first, they don't do it like that. But I go to show you, they always look for the government to rescue them, a sugar daddy or man to rescue them from their own poor choices and their own reckless sexual behavior. I'm your boy Zillionaire. We might do a part 2 to this because it's too much to put in one video. I'm out of here. Put your thoughts in the comments.